Maya did not believe in stories. She believed in cameras, clear sound, and good light. She believed in work. She worked nights as a delivery rider, and the city was her map. Every alley, every stair, every door with a broken buzzer, she knew them by heart. So when her friend Rafi said, "Let's do one night of legends. We record everything, we follow the rules, we break nothing," she laughed and said yes, because she thought it would be easy content. Rafi ran a small horror channel. His numbers were not big. He wanted a video that people would share. He had a list he found on a local forum. The post had no author, just a title, "Rules That Keep You Alive." Under it were 4 short legends from the same city. Each had a warning: the silence bridge, cross it after midnight, walk heel to toe, make no sound, do not say your name. If the river learns your name, it will call you. The Orion Mall elevator. The building has only 12 floors. But after 12:03 a.m., if you press B and 1 at the same time, it will stop at a dark floor with no number. When the door opens, do not step out. Do not talk to anyone who stands there. If you hear a voice that sounds like someone you love, ignore it. Platform D mirror. At 1:13 a.m. on the old city central platform, look at the mirror across the tracks. If your reflection waves first, do not wave back. Turn away and count to 30. If you wave back, it can come over. Bus 0. If a white bus with no route number arrives at 2 a.m. on Hollow Street, do not board. If you board, do not pay with coins. Coins will not come back. Perfect. Rafi said. He packed 2 cameras, one on a chest mount for Maya and one handheld for him. He packed spare batteries. He packed a tiny mic with a He smiled like a kid. "We follow every rule," he said again. "We show respect. We get proof. We leave." They met at a tea stall at 11:40 p.m. The owner poured strong, sweet tea. "You two look like trouble," he joked. Rafi winked and held up the list. The owner read it and his smile faded. He tapped the paper twice, soft and slow. "Some rules are older than me," he said. "Do your video, but listen. Do not pretend you are stronger than the river." Maya smiled to be polite, but inside she still did not believe. At 12:05 a.m., they stood at the south end of Silence Bridge. The city behind them hummed. In front of them, the river looked black. And still, the bridge was old. Its stone was worn smooth. A small sign said no loitering. "We walk heel to toe," Rafi whispered to the chest cam. He held up the list. "We keep our mouths shut. We make no sound." They started. Maya focused. On balance. Heel to toe, heel to toe. The night was still. She could hear her own breath. She could hear the soft buzz of a streetlight behind. She could hear Rafi's camera click and then stop. He had turned off the shutter sound. The river below looked flat, but she thought she saw a slow twist near the middle. Like a dark rope turning in water, halfway over. A new sound came. It was small, like a finger tapping glass. Tap, tap, tap. Both of them stopped. The sound came from the rail. Maya leaned a little and saw a wet mark on the stone. It was like a thumbprint. It moved, as if the stone itself breathed. The tap came again, closer. Tap, tap. Rafi put a finger to his lips. They went on, heel to toe, no words. The tapping followed, left rail, right rail. Her heart beat hard. She wanted to run. But she remembered the rule. No sound, so she held her breath and kept moving. On the last 10 steps, the tapping grew fast, like many small fingers. Tap, 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 tap. Then the river spoke. The voice was not loud. It was soft, a whisper, right. Under the bridge, it said, "Maya, She froze. The sound was her mother's voice. Warm and careful from years ago. Maya, beta, come home. It was exact. It pulled on her bones. She felt tears in her eyes. Rafi shook his head hard and pointed to the last slab of stone. He mouthed, "Do not answer." She did not. She crossed. When they stepped off the bridge, the tapping stopped. The river went flat again, on the far side. They did not talk for a minute. Their hands shook. Rafi checked the audio. The waveform jumped. Right where the voice spoke her name. He did not play it. He just nodded and whispered, "We got it." Maya wiped her eyes. The night was not a joke now. She did not laugh anymore. At 12:40 a.m., they stood in front of Orion Mall. It was closed. But the service entrance was open for cleaners. They did not want to be rude. Rafi knew one cleaner from a past delivery. The cleaner saw them and sighed. "You too, always chasing." "Ghosts," he said. He let them in. 5 minutes, he warned. No trouble. The elevator was a square box with a dull metal door. The panel showed floors B212. Nothing special. A thin mirror strip ran on one wall. Maya faced the camera. "We will try the sequence at 12:03, she said. "We will not step out." The cleaner crossed himself and backed away at 12:03 a.m. Rafi pressed B and 1 at the same time. The elevator hummed and moved. It went down, then it went up. It did not stop at B. It did not stop at 1. The panel lights turned off. The car slowed. The doors opened. The hallway outside was not like any floor she knew. It was dark, grey and long. The light was flat, like light behind a cloud. There were doors with no numbers. The smell was old paper. A voice came from the hall, Rafi. It sounded like Rafi's older brother, the one who lived in another city now. The voice had the same laugh at the end, soft and kind. "Come on, Yar, I found something." Rafi leaned forward without thinking. The voice called again. "I need your help?" Maya grabbed his sleeve. She shook her head. She felt the pull in her own chest too. Another voice rode the air. "Maya." It was the same mother voice from the bridge. "I brought your blue scarf." Maya bit her lip and stared at the floor of the elevator. The rule was simple. Do not step out. Do not talk. They stood still. The voices tried again, softer, sad, then they changed. The last call did not sound like family. It sounded like an echo in a pipe, too thin and too clean. It said, "Please," and the word bent in the middle like metal. Rafi pressed the close button. The doors shut. The elevator shook and rose back to 1. The panel lights came on again. The cleaner stood there with his mop. He looked at their faces and nodded. "Enough," he said. "Go." They thanked him and left in silence. Outside, the air felt new, like after rain, but there was no rain. At 1:05 a.m., they took the subway to City Central. Platform D was old. The paint on the rails was chipped. The platform across had a long, tall mirror for security. They set up near the yellow paint crack. Rafi checked the time, 1:11, 2 minutes. The station was almost empty. A sleepy guard walked by and did not stop them. A light flickered above the mirror, just once, at 1:13 a.m. Maya looked at the mirror, across. She saw herself and Rafi. Small because of the distance, she raised her hand to wave for the camera, then stopped. Her reflection did not match her. It had already lifted a hand, not her left hand. It was the right hand. It waved, slow and friendly. "Do not wave back," Rafi whispered. He looked too. His reflection also waved first. The hair in Maya's neck rose. She looked down and counted. 1, 2, 3. At 10, a train scream echoed far down the tunnel. At 15, Someone else walked into the mirror view behind their reflections. A third figure. It was blurry. It looked like a person in a long coat. It stood too close behind their mirrored selves, closer than anyone was in real life. 2023. If this was a trick, it was a good one. The figure raised its head. The face was smooth like fog. 29. 30. Maya whipped her head away. Do not look back, Rafi said. His voice was tight. We are done here. They picked up the gear and walked up the stairs. Her legs felt heavy like sand. At the top, she looked to the side wall. It had a small convex safety mirror in that mirror. She saw the stairwell behind them. She saw herself and Rafi climb. She saw 2 steps behind them, the long coat shape. It moved just like a person would move when stairs are steep, slow and steady. Maya grabbed Rafi's wrist. Do not run, she whispered. Just keep walking. They did. When they reached the street, a bus hissed into the stop on Hollow Street. It was white. It had no number. The driver wore an old cap. His face was calm. The door opened. The inside lights were soft. No other cars passed. The road felt empty like a dream. Rafi stared. Bus 0, he said. He lifted the camera a little. The driver did not look at them. He looked ahead at the road. The sign above the windshield was blank. Maya thought of the last rule. If you see it, do not board. She also remembered Rafi's channel. She knew that if he stepped in and filmed for 30 seconds, his views might jump. Please, no, she said. We have enough. Rafi nodded slowly. He stepped back. Then the driver spoke without turning his head. His voice was not loud, but it filled the street. Last chance, he said. City moves in circles, but this one goes straight. A coin rolled at Maya's foot. It came from nowhere. It spun on the asphalt, round and lay still. It was a coin design she did not know. Thin and pale, her chest felt cold. She did not pick it up. Rafi did not pick it up. The bus closed its door and pulled away. It did not make engine noise. It moved like a shadow across water. It turned at the corner and was gone. They stood in the quiet street. The city felt different now. Not dangerous, but awake. Like a person who opens one eye and decides to watch you for a while. Rafi checked the battery. We got the bridge voice, he said softly. We got the elevator floor, the mirror wave, the bus. His hands shook again, this time from something bigger than fear. It was respect. At 2:40 a.m., they sat in Maya's small living room. They loaded the files onto a laptop. The waveform on the bridge audio was clear. They played it once, at low volume. The voice said her name, gentle as a mother. And then a low, wet sound, like water in a drain. They played the elevator clip. The camera showed the doors open to the grey hall. The mic caught the brother's voice and the mother voice, then a thin, stretched sound that did not belong to any person, like a word pulled like rubber. They played the platform clip. The mirror showed them. The reflections waved first. The third figure stood behind the mirror Maya and mirror Rafi. You could see the blur tilt its head in time with their steps. They did not see that when they were there, in the stairwell mirror frame, for 3 seconds, the figure's smooth face turned to the camera and the video pixels bent like heat. They sat quiet. The laptop fan hummed. Rafi whispered, "We should post tonight." He did not sound excited. He sounded careful. But we say nothing brave. We say nothing stupid. We say the rules and we say thank you. Maya nodded. She looked at the coin still in her head. The pull of the bus, the roll on the road. She opened her mouth, then closed it. The room felt crowded, like someone else stood near the door. She turned the chest cam around and checked the live view. The lens showed her living room, 2 cups, a plant, a crooked painting, and a shape in the far corner beside the coat rack, long and tall. Like a coat, she blinked, and the shape was just her own winter coat hanging. She laughed once, but it sounded thin. They uploaded the file as a draft, not public yet. Raffi wrote a title in simple words: "Urban legends are real, do not doubt them." He wrote a description with the 4 rules. He added this line at the end: "We followed every warning. We came back, respect the city, respect the old stories, please do not copy this." He scheduled the post. They sat for 1 more minute and listened to the quiet when Maya walked Raffi to the door. She saw something small on the floor mat, a coin, thin and pale. It was not there before. She did not touch it. She took a glass and put it upside down over the coin, like a trap for a bug. The glass fogged a little, as if something breathed under it. She did not move the glass. She texted. "Raffi, leave the coin," he replied. "Yes, leave it." At 3:10 a.m., her phone buzzed. It was a comment on the private draft. They had not shared the link. The comment had no name, just this text: "You did well. Do not break the glass." Maya stared at the screen. Her window reflected her face, and in the glass, she thought for a second she saw another face over her shoulder, smooth and clear like new ice. She turned slowly. The coat rack was only a coat rack. The glass over the coin was still. Her chest rose and fell. She went to the desk and wrote on a sticky note in big, simple letters. She stuck it on the laptop. It said, "Do not doubt them," in the morning. People would watch their video and argue in the comments. Some would say it was a trick. Some would say it was fake. Some would tell their own rules, but the city would not argue. The city would just keep its old ways: a bridge that listens, a floor that should not exist, a mirror that can wave first, a bus that goes straight. Maya looked at the note again. She spoke once into the room, as if the room could hear. "I understand," she said. "We will respect you," and from under the glass. So soft, she almost believed it was only the air in the cup cooling. She heard a single sound: tap, then nothing. Urban legends are real, do not doubt them.